And welcome back to Black Renaissance. I'm so excited to welcome a woman I go back to my college days with, amazing visual and performing artist Amber Doe, coming to us from Arizona. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so delighted to be here.
We are so happy to have you here and to talk about your latest work, a performance art exhibit that you'll be having in Norway.
Yes.
And this is really unique because you can actually trace it back to a David Lynch film that you're celebrating. Talk to me a little bit about it. 7 Minutes in Heaven?
Yes. The piece is called 7 Minutes in Heaven / Blue Velvet. It was inspired by the 30th anniversary of the film is this September. And David Lynch is probably one of my biggest inspirations personally, professionally, in every way. And it just so happened that one of pieces that I've done previously happened to work in this capacity because I have such a connection with his work.
Tell me you talk a little bit about how your work is really trying to capture two disparate realities. Okay.
Yes.
We all know 7 Minutes in Heaven to be the game we played when we were in junior high or whatever.
Yes.
You're in a closet
like following Spin the Bottle.
Exactly. It was basically a spin the bottle type game.
Yeah.
And this is sort of an adult spin on that. So what exactly is it?
It is. The way that it connects to Blue Velvet is that the main character in the film, Jeffrey, literally is hiding in a closet at one point. And I saw the connection to my installation in the game because there's this mixture of like excitement and fear that all kind of come together about what could happen in there. I remember playing the game and thinking, what is going to happen in there? Like, will I actually kiss someone? Like, there's this real mixture of like simultaneous realities of this fear and excitement that happens. And I think the game and my installation kind of mirror that. What's going to happen in this space? There's a real respect for the unknown.
A respect for the unknown. People have the opportunity to come into that space and whatever happens, happens?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be with me in this space, which automatically can sort of put people either at ease or else they could feel a tension. What is this experience going to be like? You never know until you share energy with someone exactly what it's going to feel like.
And you've done this installation before, or some version of it in Barcelona?
I did it first in Barcelona, and then I did a version of it actually in Scottsdale, Arizona. So this will be my third iteration of 7 Minutes in Heaven.
And what do you hope that it speaks to? What do you hope that people who come to the installation get out of it?
Well, I hope that they sort of feel the same way Jeffrey does in the movie. The character is looking for a connection. I think most of us are always looking for new ways to connect with other people. So mostly what I hope someone gets from the installation is a lack of fear of human connection, because now there's so much with social media. People are always on their phone. We can do so much digitally, but I think there's something so lovely about sharing space with another person and seeing what happens.
Now, talk to me about, we had the conversation a little bit earlier just about being an independent artist. I know you have a lot to say about this, supporting independent art and the importance of that. Why is that so critical? Why is it important to get that message out?
I think it's so important to support independent art and artists because I think that they're a part of the larger community in the same way that we support firemen, in the same way that we support teachers, doctors, nurses. I think artists are just as vital and important and should be given the space and sort of looked upon as part of the larger community. And a lot of artists are struggling so much to get the proper support, and there's so many different voices, and you never know who you're going to connect with. You can't imagine who's going to connect with your work and what life could be touched by that work.
Absolutely. Some of your work has been inspired, and you've certainly done exhibits before involving the Black Lives Matter movement. Talk to me about how that has inspired any of your work, or how it's fit in.
What was wonderful about being a part of the Black Lives Matter exhibition is that they were so open to whatever the interpretation was for you. For my Black Lives Matter piece, I had done a series of prints connected to my mom, and you can't necessarily tell that it's a black female. These are just prints that are done in different colors and just sort of have her essence and spirit. And I think that that was an important message for me to share. Like, you can't always predict what that means, what a Black Lives Matter piece is going to mean. It could be just a beautiful print. It could be a sculpture. It could be a film. It's not just one thing talking about violence, but saying the counterpoint to that violence is life. there's people in the world. There's people that you're connecting with. And so the work that I did for that was very much trying to show you that there are different versions of people. There's not just one Black Lives Matter.
Which goes back to the importance of diversity in art. I think we have a couple of images from some of your artwork. Do we have some of that available? I know we grabbed a couple of images here. What are we looking at here?
Yes, that is a piece that I did in Finland. I titled it Chapel. I was sort of getting to this idea of what kind of spaces we create to say that we were in a place, how people worship, how we come together. I was creating lots of spaces. This comes from my work in Argentina last year in Buenos Aires. It's called I Want You, Portraits of My Mother. This one I actually made in Sarah Lawrence, if you can imagine.
At our old college.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a self-portrait. This is also from Sarah Lawrence, Monticello. I remade Thomas Jefferson's Monticello in cash crops.
Amazing.
So tobacco and cotton to illustrate that at one point I was considered a cash crop. I'm descended from people that were considered cash crops, just like cotton and tobacco are.
You have some amazing work. I'm so excited to see that this is showing in Oslo at
The Thief Hotel in Oslo from September 15th through the 21st.
Okay, fantastic. And for more information about Amber Doe and for information, actually, I just want to bring attention to your earrings quickly because you have an Etsy campaign.
I do.
Yeah.
These are earrings handmade by my mother, incredibly beautiful, so much energy, and it all goes towards the Oslo exhibit.
Okay, fantastic. Go buy the earrings. I'll be buying some myself. Yay. We'll be right back with more Black Renaissance. Visit amberdoe.co for more information.